to episode number 7 of the Psycheward podcast. It's been a minute, roughly around 2 weeks, but today I have a returning guest, and that is Christian Rush. Christian, say hi yet again.
Christian the King, what's up? It was fun coming on here last time. I'm glad I get to come back.
Yeah, that was a really good episode. We're missing Alex this time.
Yeah, Alex is the homie.
But, alright, let's go ahead and get into what we're talking about. Of recent lately, obviously, we're gonna talk about the recent shootings, and there were 2 within less than, I don't even think it was 24 hours. I think it was like 13, 14.
It was less than a day. In two completely different parts of the country.
2 completely different parts of the country. 2 mass shootings.
It's really crazy. Like, I mean, it's literally happening, like, more and more. Like, every second we advance in the future, more mass shootings happen. And it's just, it's nuts. It's not the Wild West anymore.
It's really sad that out of all of it, we see the legislation is just saying, we think it's violent video games.
And then, see, it's funny because it's like, you know, back in the day, it was Hillary talking about it. You know, Hillary Clinton pushed for a lot of the ratings, like
she got Mortal Kombat with that's how Mortal Kombat became like the grandfather of all R-rated games. Yeah. They were the first. They had too much gore. They had to get censored.
Yeah, and then Turok was like was targeted straight after that, right? And then, like, you know, Hillary Clinton was talking about all that, right? And then now we have like Hillary, lock her up. Donald Trump's president, and now Donald Trump is talking about the same thing Hillary said, like. And it's just,
how they gonna say that right after the kid wins $3 million at like Fortnite at the Fortnite Grand Finals?
I don't because I mean but they're old people, dude. Like they didn't grow up with video games where you're first person, you know, doing that. So they think it's crazy that you would be even killing someone else like digitally. Bro. You know what I'm saying? They attach so much empathy. They're not they don't think it's just a game.
I'm
thing.
Old.
So yeah, like, I mean, I genuinely think that is what it is, because like my grandmother always talks about how she hates killing games, quote unquote, right? But she watches fucking Django Unchained and like No Country for Old Men and shit. Like those are killing movies. Like, you know, it's just you're a part in the movie.
You read murder mystery novels.
Yeah, you read Stephen King. Stephen King has a book where an alien goes up someone's asshole, dude. And they're reading that, like old folks are reading that, and then they turn and then see Call of Duty, and like Call of Duty is like tame for a video game.
Go play video game. Go play, what's that fucking game? It's like, it might be DayZ.
Yeah, DayZ's brutal.
Yeah, go play DayZ and get jumped and drugged down.
Jumped by real people, not like you're not in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 playing story mode, gunning down civilians in Terminal. You're actually like trying your genuine best to survive, right?
Yeah.
And then you're knocked unconscious randomly, dragged through the woods, beat the shit, and then killed by being force-fed bleach. Like, that shit happens in DayZ.
Now, one thing I will say is individuals that do something like that in the video game, that's real out of the way.
They're probably gonna be shooting up a school or some shit. See, that's what I always think. I'm sitting here, I'm like, damn, you guys are fucking weirdos. Like, holy shit. But I mean, then again, like, I don't know. It's like but it's part of the game, you know. Like people want to like utilize that function of the game because like it's something you can do, and it's kind of interesting because it like, I don't know. I got fucked up, but it was still interesting to like communicate with a player. Like
that's not any different from people playing Sims and setting their fucking Sims on eternal fire.
Or do what I did. My Sim was having a baby and I didn't want it, and you can't get an abortion in Sims.
And okay, so I was taking a different turn.
No, I know. This is totally off topic, but like I guess it's like the sadistic nature of video games, right? What you can do. But fucking, I didn't want the baby, so I built a little shack out because I saw it in a YouTube video. I built a little shack out in the yard that did not have a door in it. Then I dug a moat around the shack, and then so I'd have my Sim have the baby or place the baby in there, then delete the door so she can't get back in, and then set the building on fire.
Why?
So like it backfired though, because then my Sim was like freaking out because her baby was on fire. And like I didn't even know about the kid, you know what I'm saying? Like I just want the kid gone. Like I was sitting there thinking I was doing a favor for my fucking Sim, and my Sim had like mental fucking problems.
Oh man.
Losing her baby.
See, that's why I don't like games like The Sims.
That's why Republicans don't want, or apparently don't like violent video games, man. They can do too much.
But to blame mass shootings for that, when I'm gonna be 100% honest, we clearly have a white nationalist terrorist problem.
Yeah, we have had it's been a big problem since OKC.
Yeah,
but I mean, no conservative, at least in our area, will like acknowledge that like, dude was a member of the NRA, past member of the military, fucking voted conservative, and then fucking went nuts and blew up a building with a bunch of kids in it. It's crazy.
And it's like the issue is, like, I'll even admit, no, Trump is not directly saying any of the things to say, oh, go shoot up something. But it's the type of speech that goes down at Trump's rallies. It's what he incites, and then he ignorantly turns an eye to it.
Yeah, see, like, Donald Trump's demeanor is really fucked up, you know what I'm saying? Like, just his entire demeanor, and, like, you know, I get into arguments with people about, like, him as president, you know what I'm saying? Like, my main number one issue with him as president is he has no class. Zero class.
Kind of thin-skinned.
Look at every single fucking president we have ever had. Look at Andrew Jackson. Racist son of a bitch. Had fucking slaves. But he still had the fucking typical class.
Okay, pause, bro. I actually, because I've been recently looking at, like, the presidents, especially Andrew Jackson. Like, not to say he was, like, you know, a psycho, but apparently
he was a drunk.
No, amongst like presidents, Andrew Jackson had like the highest number of wins in his dueling records.
Yeah, he killed someone in a duel.
Yeah,
no, he cheated in a duel.
It was a cheating. It wasn't cheating. Okay, basically the history lesson for everybody. Andrew Jackson's famous with like dual wielding. There we go, duel. But okay, so I don't recall the fellow's name that he dueled with, but that most of the time when people dueled him when he was the president, it was kind of just like, you know, ceremonious. Mm-hmm. Like if he showed up, they were like, "Damn, Andrew showed up." And it's like he's not scared to fucking duel. Like we're not finna shoot the president. Oh nah. But on one occasion when it did happen, and they both went to draw. Andrew shot and his gun jammed and misfired. The other guy's gun fired and it hit him
in the fucking shoulder.
Yeah, it was shoulder, like upper chest region, and he fucking took that shot.
Yeah, and by the mini ball, dude, that would fuck you up.
And by the rules of the duel, Andrew had not fired his shot, so the other guy literally had to stand there while he reloaded his gun, cocked it, and shot him in the fucking face. So I don't know about class, but Andrew Jackson was a bad motherfucker.
To take a mini ball to the shoulder like that and still stand and be able to fire a gun after, like to be able to because I mean with a musket you're gonna have to use both hands to work it, like regardless of what. You can't one-handed anything with those things. So this man had enough willpower to get shot with a mini ball, more than likely from a pistol. Use both of his arms to reload and then shoot somebody in the face. Like he had some fucking some constitution, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like that's my thing with Trump though. Like he doesn't have any class or much constitution as a person because he can't take shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. It's like I don't want to necessarily call him thin skin, but it's almost like he's thin skin. Like somebody said something to Trump. Yeah. Trump's instantly on Twitter. Maybe you want to take care of the rat-infested neighborhood that you govern. See, like, come on, bro. You're the president. Like, why are you on Twitter?
Like, you know this motherfucker ain't gay because he can't take no insults. He ain't taking no dick any fucking day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was on Reddit and someone was talking about, like, what was Donald Trump? What if Donald Trump was actually gay? Because it was, like, crazy ideas. And just, like, being fucking internet troll. I'm like, dude, he can't take dick because he can't even take a fucking insult. Like, you can't take shit from anybody. And it's like, you know, Obama went 8 years with Republicans literally calling him a monkey and literally calling him a foreign national. For 8 years.
Muslim.
And he didn't lose his shit. He didn't stay up until 3 a.m. on fucking Twitter like a teenage girl.
Only thing I will say is you can't visibly see the difference between Obama when he got out of office.
Yeah.
Like it does look like it took its toll on him.
Oh no, he was aged so much. like, he aged well though. He like my wife talks about how he looks so much better now. I mean, he's like Steve Carell. You've seen pictures of Steve Carell. Like no fucking homo, but Steve Carell is like a fucking nice looking motherfucker nowadays. Like, he's got the fucking salt and pepper and he's rocking the shit. Like, some people just age like fine wine.
He's rocking it, man.
I'm hoping I do that, dude.
I'm hoping the good old black don't crack stands true for me.
See, I wonder what Donald Trump's gonna look like if he wins even if he wins another presidency. I don't even want to imagine that. But if in 8 years, I wonder what Donald's gonna age like. But he's probably not even gonna age. He's gonna look the same because he's made out of plastic. There
were riots when he first got elected, wasn't there?
Yeah.
If he gets elected a second time, Jesus Christ.
I mean, there were worse riots when Obama got fucking elected. People were
they were literally like parading puppets down the street that looks like him hanging. Come on, man. They did Obama wrong.
Yeah, they did him so fucking dirty, like major disrespect.
I remember he wore the tan suit and they lost their absolute like fucking balls.
Yeah, like, and it's like I'm sitting here thinking like, you know, if you want to say yes ma'am, no ma'am. Right? Yes sir, no sir. They're the yes sir, no sir type of fucking people, but they say that shit to the fucking president of the United States, right? And then they come back 8 years later and they just forget about the shit. Like, Alzheimer's is affecting conservatives the most out of any fucking body. I can tell you that right now, because they're forgetting shit that just happened 8 years ago. Like, they forgot their mamas and daddies or some shit. Like, this is fucking nuts. But I mean,
they don't care.
Which, I mean, you know, on the left they're doing the same shit too. Like,
see, man, with this whole battle of ideologies, what it kind of is that it's kind of like the conservatives. This is gonna be what's the word? Is it analytical? Not analytical. This is gonna be an analogy, maybe a bad one, but it's kind of like the conservatives built the fucking great ancient wall of China, but it's for conservatives. And they built that wall, and it's protecting the hard old foundations. And liberals are basically trying to tear down that wall completely. And in their war against each other, they're basically going to overlook and take whoever and whatever they can get to preserve and get what they want. That's the problem. Like, they're going to go, even if the person that's on their side is heavily fucking egregious, like Trump. Yeah. They're just gonna he's still your president. No, he's not even acting like my president.
Yeah, he's not acting like a president. You know what I'm saying? That even past all his fucking judge decisions, past all of his drama, past all of his fucking problems, right? My core issue with him is his lack of class. If he maintained the same class as even Bush, either one, he would be better. He would be more tolerable, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's just...
Because Bush wasn't even, like, you know, the worst.
I mean,
granted, he was the worst, but publicly he wasn't the worst.
I mean, like, he had shitty politics. And you can say the worst about any president. You know, you can find something to disagree with him on and be mad at him about. But if Trump had the same class as Obama or as Bush or as even like Reagan, and Reagan had poor class in my opinion, or even Nixon did too, he would be getting attacked less. Like, it'd be smarter for him, but he doesn't do it because he's an idiot, like genuinely stupid, which is my second problem with him. But I don't know, it's just the main thing is his class, man. Like, he could be so much more classy and he would really be able to get what the fuck he wants done more. But he's so stupid that he denies himself the opportunity by being toxic.
One thing I want to know is, how is it possible that our like state legislators and like appointed officials can't get Trump to budge or get the Republicans to budge on most things, but Kim Kardashian can get this man to budge on criminal reform?
Because he's a TV show host, bro. Like
celebrities can get Trump. Okay, for those of you who do not know, Kim Kardashian, after having meetings with Trump, has gotten several people freed for non-violent drug offenses. Gotten them freed because, you know, it's a non-violent drug offense. You shouldn't be. If you listen to my other episodes, you know my spill on the war on drugs and how I say I think that contributes to a lot of problems in America.
Yeah.
So it's already bullshit in my eyes. But even on the flip side of it, these people don't deserve to rot away in jail because they were trying to like make a living.
Yeah.
Off something that's legal now.
They're feeding their babies, dude. Like, there's a lot of people living in central Mississippi selling fucking crack to feed their kids.
Cause think about it this way. Over here in old great Bible Belt, Mississippi, we got, let's say Sean. Sean's selling 2 pounds of weed. Oh, he said he manages to clear that about, let's say, a month. I say that's a couple $1,000s. That's his income. That's what he does. That's what he's doing. He's driving around. That's all he does. All right, Sean gets popped. Let's say Sean's not a snitch. He doesn't turn this guy in. Sean takes that time. 2 pounds, intent to distribute, and possession. Sean's going to jail for over 5 years.
Yeah.
Sean's going to lose a significant portion of his life
And
because of that. Now, let's say at that same time Sean was getting busted, we can travel to several different states across the United States and see someone selling hundreds of pounds of weed at the same rate that he was selling too in the same time span.
Yep.
And it's perfectly legal.
Yep.
That should not still be a thing in America, and that's my problem with it. It's stupid, and it's only to keep low-class people from getting up.
But look at this. Let's extend that a little further. The whole time Sean was selling weed, he was doing it all day. He was probably spending more than 8 hours per day dealing with the shit.
Sean out here grinding like how the Migos rap about. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, like he's literally on the grind. This motherfucker's got a more than full-time job, right? But we got motherfuckers turning on their oxygen tanks before they kick on Fox News, talking about how he's not a working motherfucker when they've been living on fucking Medicaid for the last 10 years because they got emphysema for smoking 20 packs a fucking day. The government's paying for your dumb ass now, right? But you want to bitch about Sean fucking going selling weed and being hard ass work? It's just fucking weed, right? But I mean, still, it can be kind of like seen with any drug, but a little bit, weed's the most tolerable fucking example in my opinion. Like, someone's dealing age, that's fucked up. You're just kind of fucked up for even getting people on the shit. But like with weed, like Sean's fucking busting balls working. And he might be making that money, but I mean, is he really? The motherfucker don't got a mansion. He's bringing in a couple $1,000 a month. That's what I bring in. You know what I'm saying? But he's making more than me. But I mean, not much more. He's not out. He's still working, and he's gonna be working for a long time because that's how it works. And it's just crazy that people can say that they're not working. They're not the working man. They don't work hard for what they get. See, when people are like that,
the trend in America is if you don't work as hard as I do, even in spite of, in retrospect, all the things that I've done to spite you, baby boomers. Shout out to Special on y'all. Y'all generation basically fucked us, but it's all fun and games until there's a proletariat revolution.
See, crazy thing is that boomers always talk about how they're hardworking. All of them do.
I'm like, all y'all collect Social Security now.
But yeah, there's that. But also, boomers and Gen X, I've seen the most lazy motherfuckers come out of those two generations ever.
Dude, I'm talking people, like, just to further on that, I'm talking people that's just like not only just, because it's one thing to, be poor in status. Yeah, like be poor in terms of your class. Like, you just low on the totem pole. You don't make a lot of money. Yeah. It's another thing to be poor in your mindset.
Yeah, true.
And a lot of people out of Gen X and that, like, I guess I could be kind of pretentious saying this is just a 22-year-old, but it's an observation more than a rant, is that a lot of people in those generations tend to be very closed-minded, intolerant, poor in the mind. You look around them, like, everything they have around them is scattered, dirty.
Because the cigarettes and alcoholism has ruined their fucking minds, dude. I see there's so many boomers and Gen X. Boomers and Gen X are the most likely to be alcoholics. and they're dying by the dozen. That's why every boomer out there knows. They know that they know somebody that's died of lung cancer from cigarettes or from fucking alcoholism related illnesses. Right? They know somebody. I don't know nobody. You know what I'm saying? I might know somebody that's overdosed on drugs, but shit, they do too. I bet you that, but they won't admit it. That's another thing. That boomers.
I guess to be fair, none of us are gonna just be dying from it.
I mean, we're so young, but I mean, like, I don't even know fucking.
Our bodies are fighting hard not to die.
I mean, only 30-year-olds that I know have fucking died of overdoses. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, that's still few and far between from like all the people that I know, that associate myself with. But a boomer, every boomer's got somebody that they were close with that is dead from fucking drugs, alcohol, or cigarettes. So I mean, it's like you can't be talking shit about people working hard, fucking selling weed. Like you can't, because they're working hard.
It's just the whole stern father, pull yourself up by your bootstrap mentality in America. That's so amazing, but there's so many double standards that fucking come with it.
Yeah, because that's what Sean's trying to do. He's trying to pull himself up by his bootstraps.
Like, Sean's doing what he's got to do.
He's doing it, but the fucking legal system got in the way of that. Because of ridiculous laws.
We can travel back in time and we can tell people have always done things that have been legislatively illegal.
Yeah. Always.
Alcohol.
Prostitution.
Prostitution
is the oldest industry out there. Cavemen were fucking prostituting themselves out for fucking food. You know what I'm saying?
You got a resource.
Yeah, you have a resource that you're willing to give up for more resources. That's it.
It's just... I don't know, man. We live definitely with the tension of America right now, especially on top of all the shootings. Then everything... Because, first and foremost... I do not believe that you should take away guns.
Yeah.
Because I will say, even though the fucking Constitution was not written in mind for minorities, it did set the foundation for the country that we have become. And the right to bear arms was it was literally for us to protect ourselves from foreign invaders and a tyrannical government.
Yeah.
But I will say there's a problem when there are more guns than people in America.
Yeah.
There are more guns than people. Everyone in America could own a gun and there would still be guns left.
See, and with that thought, and this will piss conservatives off, I know, but conservatives need to think really, really fucking hard about what side of the next civil war they're on, because the last time they got fucking their shit pushed in. And it's like, I'm willing to die for my country. You know what I'm saying? If it comes to that, I'm getting fucking suited up because I'm going to be on the right side regardless. And it's like, we're not fucking losing, dude. And it's like, there's more guns than people, so it's like, we're on the horizon of a major conflict, I think. I mean, shit's going south already. And it's like, if it don't get any better, it's going to escalate. It's going to escalate over time into that. Hopefully not in my lifetime, but it's like World War III or Civil War II is coming up.
So you think we're on the verge of some other type of...
I don't think we're on the verge. I just think it's building up. It's been too long. Like, humans have always gotten into conflict. Major conflicts. I mean, there's been major conflicts since the medieval times. Like, look at the fucking War of of Keep Hastings or something like that. Brutal war. And people are cutting each other's heads off.
World War II, literally took 3% of the world's population. That's how many people died. Estimatedly around 70 million. 3% of the world's population in what fucking 4 or 5 years?
Less than 10.
Less than 10-year time span.
Yeah. It's just crazy. I mean, but it's been a long time since something like that.
Population's getting big. Everybody's getting irritable.
Yeah.
Let's go to war.
I mean, shit. I mean, but look.
I don't know, man.
Like, you look back in the past, you had the Spanish-American War. You have the fucking French Revolution. You have the American Revolution. Then, bam, you have the Civil War. You have all these other wars overseas. Wars have slowed down, but we haven't had. I don't think we've had as big of a time of major peace as we happen to have now.
There has been no for America. Not even for America, for the world. Obviously, I will say there are multiple atrocities that constantly take place that over time do just continue to take millions of lives. However, in terms of raging warfare on a global scale, people don't die. We don't throw millions of bodies at each other anymore. Well, guns changed that. The machine gun changed that. 5 men can hold a fortified dugout from 100 fucking people. If they have a couple machine guns and the right skill,
yeah,
they can hold that position longer than they could if they were just there.
Yeah, I mean, look at medieval times. Like I said, people were cutting each other's head off, doing hand-to-hand combat. Like if that was just thinking of that. Like warfare is brutal now, right? With guns,
and that was just That was just accepted. Like before the invention of guns, we just accepted that we were just gonna
you're gonna have to beat that motherfucker down and stab him in his fucking brain or the heart. Like that's just how it worked. And people got their arms cut off.
Brain, heart, lung.
I mean, the shit that you see in Game of Thrones, that's not movie shit, bro. That shit happened. People were dropping boulders over the fucking walls of a keep to kill people climbing up.
Yeah,
that's a horrible
boiling
death.
Oil.
Horrible.
Imagine just climbing up you're a peasant trying to revolt against your neighboring the keep that taxes you too much. You climb up the wall and get hit with a hot pot of oil out the cauldron. Just burn your face off.
And then drop it on you as you're climbing. Yeah,
and drop the cauldron on you. Come on. It's on. Excuse me. I want to say that I guess in a way humans are prone to mass violent conflict, but with technology and I guess general intelligence amongst people going up, because everyone had more and more people are gaining access to the internet. Like the millions of impoverished people in India, India has over 300 million people with cell phones. Yeah. So much to the fact that Netflix decided to charge India exclusively for their mobile service $3 for a subscription. Because they want those 300 million cell phone users.
Yeah, all 300 million of them.
Now, how many people are in America?
300 million. And not everybody has a cell phone.
That's not even what... Because India has like 1 billion people, doesn't it?
Yeah, more than that. I think it's like one... It's up to
it's not even half.
It's up to like 1.7.
Come on.
1.7 million.
And those people aren't going to stay poor. Those people aren't going to stay impoverished, even if classes put it against them. People are stuff's going to change.
Yeah, I mean, poverty is something that's... I feel like poverty is going to exist no matter what, because that's just what...
I feel it exists, but look at the American standard of poverty. Even though, obviously, you don't want to fucking be homeless. No one wants to be homeless. But if you're homeless in America, you're living better than somebody on the fucking streets of fucking Saudi Arabia.
Or in Ghana or some shit starving to death.
Because in America, man, guess what? You could, I guess... steal to eat food if you really have to survive, or steal to provide for yourself. And if you get caught, you're going to go to jail.
And have food.
You're going to get 3 cots a day and a warm place to sleep in, reform. You do that in Saudi Arabia, they're going to cut your fucking hand off. Yeah. And the second time, I'm pretty sure they're just going to fucking kill you.
Well, they'll probably kill you the first time. Not even gonna lie. You're just going to die the first time.
Depending on what you did. You didn't even just steal. Because they'll cut your hand off stealing the candy bar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Places are very strict in their doctrine.
Yeah. So just to kind of jump back to how war is horrible, this is a sound. This is what a World War trench would sound like under an artillery barrage, which was pretty much 24/7. So
it's like constant just rain.
No, that is millions and millions of artillery shells being fired at once.
Yeah, they pound
and
them.
It's just it's happening so fast and so often that it's just constant white noise.
Yeah, they do that for just hours, hours of artillery.
And imagine being in the trenches and that's literally nothing you can hear at such a deafening volume. That's fucked up to think about. That humans are putting each other through that, and no other animal does it. But I mean, other animals would though. You know what I'm saying? Other animals would if they had the opportunity.
Dolphins don't do it, and they're just as smart as we are.
Well, dolphins also attack other pods and kill other pods. Kill babies in other pods. Dolphins will eat fucking babies of other pods.
It's not... Okay, we'll get back to the other pod thing, because that's super interesting. I've never heard about that. But I know amongst dolphins that a dolphin will kill... It'll kill a baby that's not his. Yeah. Just like if a lion comes into a new pride, it's just going to be like, oh, no, ain't none of y'all going to grow up and challenge me. Mm-hmm. So he just smites all the genetic pool of the previous ruler and then establishes his harem of sexy lion bitches. Now, with dolphins, it's something similar. However, what the dolphin will do is kill all the babies because when dolphin females, babies are killed, their bodies go into this. I call it like
fertilize again.
Yeah, it's like an estrogen distress.
Yeah,
where it makes them like super fertile, and the male will use that as his opportunity to successfully get his genes in. So what dolphin females will do is literally be little whores.
Yeah, go be hoes. You can do the hoe shit. Yeah.
They're literally just like, all right, since you gonna just kill my babies, I'ma fuck Jerry, Louie, and Willis, and you're not gonna know who baby it is.
Pay him for super likes like a motherfucker, dude.
It's like, you're not gonna know who baby it is, man. So you're not killing anyone today, and that is what dolphins do. Dude, dolphins have alternate accents depending on their regions.
Yeah,
dolphins meet up in literal super pods around the year, and all is. I guess we can't technically know what they do, but different dolphins from different regions all meet in specific areas, and it's like they just have a fucking dolphin festival. Like, yeah, their cerebral cortex is bigger than ours. They are capable of thought.
See, my original point though, I was trying to say, the dolphins are probably a poor example of this because like dolphins are like kind of like the sacred creature, you know. But like, I mean, like with wolves, like wolves have territory. They mark their territory and they hunt within that territory. But wolves go to war with other packs and take their territory. That's just how nature works, you know. The big overtake the small, strong overtake the weak. Yeah. So I mean, it's kind of like it's just it's an animal behavior, right? And like humans are animals, so we're kind of like destined to always fucking be like this, unfortunately, unless we like really truly do come together and get past that. But there's always gonna be someone out there with the fucking animal mentality. Like I think we're like I don't feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm cool with a fucking like planetary fucking organization where everybody works together, you know what I'm saying? And like we use the Earth's resources as necessary, and we all have leisurely lives, and we don't go to fucking war. We don't deal with any bullshit. We just have like an alien type situation where it's like Ender's Game we're trying to extinguish. Like that's the worst thing that we do, right? But I mean, like, you know, people are always freaked out by like one world civilizations. Like, what does that mean? But,
one world government.
I mean, like communism, but it's like nah.
The one world government is the Illuminati's true goal.
Or I mean,
no, bro.
I mean, even if we all live differently wherever we live, like at least we get the fuck along. You know what I'm saying? Like we're all cool. Like we're all good neighbors. You know, it's like we're not all, but we're all toxic. There's always a toxic fucking neighbor in the community. You know what I'm saying? And that's who fucks it up. And there's always gonna be toxic neighbors.
The way it works is, it's easy to be bad.
Yeah.
Like if you look, with the toxic neighbor thing, it's easy to sit there and like let's say like you and your neighbor both got to the same place. You both have a nice place. But let's say that's the best. That's your neighbor's peak. That's the best their house and stuff ever gonna be. Let's say you're a rising star through life, and this is just a step on your progression to greatness. He's gonna look across the street and be like, "Man, fucking Phil got a new lawnmower. Uppity son, bitch. Think like he's special." Yeah, it's gonna be the Dinkelberg situation. Like you have Timmy's dad makes money. They're rich. Yeah. That's why they can't pay attention to Timmy because they're always working or out.
Yeah.
They
making the money though.
So like in this situation, he's completely ignoring the things he has to be happy about, and he's literally just hating. And humans do that. They'll look at somebody because they'll leading back to the bootstrap mentality stuff of America. They'll look back and just be like, "I've been through more than he has.
Yeah, right.
He doesn't deserve that." And I'm just like, you experienced something different, so he doesn't get what?
Yeah, a lot of people with that mentality, really the only thing that they ever really have to worry about in their lives are themselves being dumbasses. Like, look at Timmy's dad.
Yeah.
Timmy's dad was set. Like, they were rich. Like, they didn't have to worry about shit, right? And the worst thing they had to worry about is, like, indirectly abusing their fucking child by leaving him home all day and relying on barely godparents to fucking raise him, basically, right? Yeah. But, I mean...
While his babysitter abused him.
Yeah, while his babysitter abused him. You know, that's the worst that they're... You know, when you think about that, the show's kind of fucked up. But it's like...
I'm not gonna lie. If that was a kid's life, it doesn't matter if you were poor or not. That's pretty fucked. You grow up into a pretty fucked individual, man.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
You probably have a thing for, like, bitchy chicks, too, that just ruin his life.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's crazy how people ruin things when the only thing they have in their life to worry about is themselves fucking it up. Like, they're set. But they will fuck it up. That's it.
I almost feel like I said, it's the human need. Is that what I've been trying to stress to people lately is the whole wave of, I guess, knowledge in general is relatively new. Because when was the printing press invented?
Fucking I don't fucking know. Like sometime around like 1800, something like that.
1800s.
I'll Google it.
Okay, he's gonna Google it. But the printing press hasn't been around for that long, so that means like books, really newspapers were still different then. Everything was different. Knowledge wasn't spread in the same way and through the same sources and from so many sources. So it's kind of ingrained in people to believe their inner circle, believe the people they talk to, believe the people that they have experiences with, that they know they can trust.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people always say, how am I supposed to, I don't know what this Google link means. That's just a link. And I'm just like, this is a peer-reviewed article. Just fucking read it.
Yeah.
But they don't want to read it.
Because it takes the fucking work.
It's the work of it. It's because you just, if we were in person, I could definitely probably explain it to them in a way that they could understand.
Yeah.
Through like civil enough means. But it's almost like, do you got when it was invented?
So the printing press, like slower presses, it's been around since the 1440.
Okay, 14.
Yeah, 1440. But the first rotary press was invented in 1843. I'm not sure what the difference is. But
I think the rotary press
much
is
faster.
Yeah, that's what like made books more possible.
Yeah, which they were talking about mass production of books in 1440, which makes sense because there's fucking books from 1600 around. But okay. It's still like 1440 is pretty relatively
it's
really
still
new.
The last 600 years.
Yeah.
And yeah, 600 years is a long time, but we're talking on a bigger scale of the blink of an eye is what humanity is. Because the past 1,000 years has not been anything. The past 100 years, the past 400 years in America has just been like fucking slavery.
Yeah, it's crazy how weird the present has become. Because there's so many people here. Like, what is the world gonna look like in 1,000 years? Like, we're not gonna. I guess like, we're just a blink.
We're not gonna fucking be here in 1,000 years.
Yeah, well, we're a blink.
Well, I guess whatever's here will be here.
Yeah, it's gonna be a wild ride from here on out.
The thing I can say, even when it comes to climate change, is that man, humanity's fucking resilient. That's our kind of trait.
Yeah.
Because the reason, I don't know if you know, but like basically who we are now, we're the remnants of basically the humans that survived the last ice age.
Yeah.
Which was like, I think they said the numbers were only around like 50 to 100,000.
Yeah, there weren't many of us left, and it's like people don't realize that just being a human being means that you are the most adaptable creature on the planet. You are able to do so many things. You're able to communicate extremely efficiently with people, with other members of your species.
Other species.
You're able to tame other species. You're able to extend your body through the use of tools, right?
Manipulate your environment.
Yeah, you're able to manipulate so many things around you. So I mean, you're a fucking like crazy animal that can do all these things. So I mean, we're just the remnants of those people that just made it, that lived as it. Like they were animals basically. Like I mean, if World War III ever happens and we lose electricity, we lose all types of shit.
Oh
right?
yeah, shit's going primal.
We're gonna have to live as fucking animals. People don't realize that.
Dude, all I think about is what's gonna happen. Cause I don't want a purge situation to happen. I I bitch. Cause we live in a civilized world, and this civilized world has its flaws, and we should still work to improve flaws. But yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. If an apocalypse situation popped off, like I'm doing what it takes.
Yeah, to live.
Like I'm not gonna be picky on food. I was like, I've eaten crickets of like over some like at the zoo on like some delicacy shit.
Yeah.
Like I know they're rich in protein. I'm gonna do what it takes.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. You look around America, a lot of people here ain't ready for it.
No.
A lot of people can't make you can't walk a block without being like winded.
Yeah, right.
Like, bro, no, you're not ready.
Like, you're not ready to do
And these exact same people are the ones that saying, like, well, I have my gun to defend myself in case this ever pops off.
Exactly.
What?
I like to see how you hold up.
The shooter's more trained than you are.
Yeah, it was like I'm sitting here saying, like, you know, I hope you're ready for when my raid party needs fucking food because we're starving to death because I'm coming over there to get your shit, bro. Like,
dude, nah, man. Like, I think about it all the time. Like, my plan for if an apocalypse situation popped off would be to, while on my way, collect as many of the core members that I believe that I know would be able to perform in that situation, and I would head out to the Buck Wilds, to my family farm.
Yep.
There's already several miles of flat land that you can see everything approaching from.
Yep.
We can completely control the roads. We can completely control the tree line and its open fields. We already have greenhouses. We already have chickens. We already have goats. We already have. It's already sustainable, bro.
Yeah, you're set. And it's like, you get your party.
But see, the problem with that is, you already know, man. Then it's gonna come back to that old human struggle. We gotta protect our resources. It's gonna be that Walking Dead shit. I'm gonna have to just be standing out there with a shotgun, and just be like, those goddamn saviors.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, I don't know. It's crazy thinking about the possibility of that happening, which leads us back to like the idea that we're coming on something eventually. You know what I'm saying? Something eventually is gonna happen again. Because history does repeat itself. World War II, and World War I, and World War II, stuff like that. So we're heading up on
history repeats itself for those that don't teach it, and it's astonishing that people are not teaching it.
Yeah.
Like today, I saw rather. I'm gonna just call him an unpleasant individual, but it was in a thread, and it was. The post was regarding the Confederate flag.
So he's a troll. Individual.
I don't even know if it was a troll, man. Because his response was saying that, like, the war started 4 years after... No, it started 4 years before the Emancipation Proclamation was, like, actually declared.
Yeah.
So that it resulted from farmers being overtaxed. And I was like... The only question I asked him, I was like, what were they being overtaxed on? He was like, oh, well, their goods and services and property. And I was like, what was their property?
Yeah, fucking.
Well, what was producing their goods?
Fucking slang. And those motherfuckers are living comfortable as fuck in their plantation, 3-story plantation houses. You know what I'm saying? Like they were fat as fuck.
Now,
right?
he did a better part of his argument. I'll give him, other than what he used to actually try and like bring credibility to his argument was weak as fuck.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, his other statement made sense, and it was that the contrary to popular belief, the majority. Well, I'll have to get the actual statistics on it, but the majority of white people were not plantation owners.
Yeah.
They were not the people directly receiving benefits from slavery. Now, people worked on them. People worked for them. People own their own businesses and everything in town. Not everyone contributed to it, but the overall economy of those times was stimulated and propped up by slavery. The work that no one wanted to fucking do was done by fucking slaves.
Yeah, for millennia.
That's the point. That's why you could even enjoy getting taxed.
Yeah.
That's why you weren't out there doing dirt grub work, and you could make your own private businesses and have your proud Southern fucking heritage. Because you didn't do shit.
Yeah.
You didn't plow the fucking fields.
Yeah.
Not to discredit, obviously there's going to be the variables that did do it themselves and did have their stern thing. And I'm not talking about you. Good for you and good for your family. Continue to do good and prove people wrong. But for the majority... Or even, it could even be a slighter minority in this one. I'm still talking about them.
Yeah.
That is where the problem comes to.
Yeah, like if your great-grandma was part of the family that had their small farm and fucking sowed the fields themselves and did all the work them fucking selves and, like, made a living and existed in this fucking, their crazy, scary, dangerous world that they lived in. Like, imagine what the world was like when your great-great-great-grandmother was around. Like how dangerous everything was. Just in general, like if you got a cut, you could die from infection. There's nothing anyone can do for you. Just even a minor cut, right? That's the type of world they were living in. And like the people that sowed the fields themselves, that fucking grew what they needed to survive and sell and make money and build their family name up. Credit to them. But those people that are there who come from that nowadays aren't thinking about that. They don't think that the fucking plantation owner that had slaves to do all the fucking work was a fat motherfucker that didn't give a fuck about anybody but himself. He didn't pull himself up by his bootstraps. He literally made someone else do it. You know what I'm saying?
Made somebody else shine and tie his fucking boots.
Yeah, right. Literally shine, tie his fucking boots. Then he beat him afterwards. So right.
Better yet, he made somebody basically put his boots on and go to work for him. And then after all of it, when they were done, he polished them hoes and put them on the shelf and was like, "Look at my hard work."
And he ain't paying them. He's not like Fred Smith fucking paying people to be his slaves up in the hub. You know what I'm saying? Like the hub's like fucking slave labor to be real, right? Amazon is fucking slave labor to be real. Yeah. But at least you're getting fucking paid. You know what I'm saying? At least you're getting something because people back then.
Jeff Bezos makes like.
No, he's the richest person on the planet.
Literal. I don't even think I don't have the number, but it's a staggering amount for how much more he makes than his employees. In terms of like what they do in terms of running the company. I just double in terms. Yeah, we're in double terms here, people.
I mean, he's worth like $150 billion.
Jesus.
No, $165.6 billion. He's the richest person on the planet.
And it all started in a bookstore. Never give up on your dream.
Yeah, and it's like, but I mean, you know, you look at people working at Amazon, like they're fucking doing slave labor. People doing, you know, slave labor in the hub, but they're getting paid for it. Back then, these motherfuckers were running shit and not paying anybody a fucking dime. They were lazy as fuck. They were sitting in their house having everything done by someone else for free.
If anything, like, the white people that didn't contribute to slavery should still be mad at those people.
Yeah.
Because they're the ones you were still working hard to provide for your family in town at your General Mill fucking store where you had to still deal with price gouging and a bunch of other bullshit. Yeah. And your supplier for tobacco is the local farm that doesn't do shit. Yeah. That literally just whips people. And that's how they maintain livestock. Yeah. That's how they deal with it.
And you're fucking working long hours in your general store trying to make money, right?
Like, you should be mad about it.
Yeah, and it's crazy.
Have you seen that kind of leads to? Have you seen the recent presidential debates or the recent presidential candidates?
Yeah, I've seen. There's a lot of them. I've seen a couple of them.
You know there's talk on there's the reparations talk, which pops up every couple years and then just goes away. I know there was that. I don't know if it was a governor or a senator. But he has said that he's like we elected Obama. He's like, that should be reparations enough.
Oh, that should be
what the fuck, dude? When I saw that, the only thing I can say is there's no way. I'm learning like nowadays when I see an article and I think there is no way that this politician said that. They literally said it.
Yeah, we wouldn't be talking about reparations if we already started just treating everyone to be fucking equal no matter what. They're humans. They're humans. We're all the same species. We're all the same animal, bro.
Like, okay, I saw this because Joe Rogan, like, he talks about this on his podcast. Dropping it. Everyone should listen to the Joe Rogan show. Good source of information. Good source of education. Yeah. Education. Anywho. But he always, like, provides a light to it. Is, okay, we're all in America, right? We're supposed to be a team. We're all supposed to be on the best footing we can to make our country great and be proud of it, right? Yeah. So why the fuck do we have impoverished areas like fucking... let's get local. Memphis. Yeah, South Detroit. Memphis. The boroughs around. Atlanta. Fucking West Virginia. Mm-hmm. These fucking trailer park meth neighborhoods.
Oh, fucking what's the trailer park right outside of Holly Hills?
I don't even know.
Whatever the fuck that is. Or down here off of 51, Jesus. Bro. Like, these motherfuckers living in Yogi Bear shit for the last 15 years.
How is it fair? How are we all how is America supposed to be great when over half, not even over half, a good percentage of the people in its population are living in that, and that's their environment that they have to see the world through?
They don't give a fuck about anybody. They don't give a fuck about anybody but themselves, bro.
Because they say pull yourself up by your bootstraps. But what a lot of the time that leads to is you're either going to work your life away. You're going to go into debt to work your life away. Yeah, right. Or you'll be one of those people that has a skill and it develops. Yeah. And those people are different. People don't become doctors and psychiatrists, even teachers. Even though I've had some pretty basic ass teachers, they still put in the work to become a teacher.
Yeah, you still got it. You still got to grind.
They're still there, like educating the youth of tomorrow. That's a better job than some people can say. I ain't gonna lie, being a teacher be slick, be the move. Cause think about it, man. holidays off, summers off. You get paid what, 40,000 to 60,000?
And see that I kind of want to hate on conservatives again for a little bit, but you see more people that are conservatives that haven't graduated high school, haven't done shit with their life, haven't done anything, are poor, and then complain about the other fucking side. You see more people in that department than you do on the other side, in my opinion. But
hey man, because they look at people like Trump and Jeff Bezos in the top 1%, and they're just like, that could be me one day.
Yeah, I could win the lottery. You know what I'm saying? Like, but no, bitch, you lost the lottery because you were born.
One day, people like me will watch out for me. That's what they're thinking. That's just not the way to think. You don't get. See, as much as people want to think that it's all down to the individual level, which yes it is, because America works on a lot of bullshit double standards. Like, oh, you're not supposed to treat people this way, but obviously you can't treat them that way all the time, and you can't apply that to all your situations.
Yeah.
But that's the general moniker people are going to tell you. You're not supposed to do this if you're this.
Yeah.
No, you can be an objective being. You can be somebody that knows how to analyze a situation and go about it.
Yeah. And see, like, that's what I feel like it would change the human race if more people were just following the logic of being a good neighbor. Like, imagine
be nice to people,
like, be
man.
a good neighbor. You know what I'm saying? Like, if my neighbor needs their fucking grass cut, like right now, my neighbors they're kind of old, right? They can't cut their grass. Like, they hurts them to cut their fucking grass. I'm cutting their fucking grass for them because I'm a good fucking neighbor. It's free. You know what I'm saying? If more people did that, then we could have, like, cities be good neighbors to other cities.
Yeah.
Like, imagine, like, Memphis giving a gift, like a monetary gift or something, a gift to West Memphis because they're the same fucking city divided by a river, but West Memphis sucks.
That's because it goes from the individual, then to the group,
Yeah.
then to the community, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
But when you look at America and we have our own politicians pointing fingers at mass shootings, they're pointing fingers at in things that don't have the way to fight back. They're pointing their fingers at video games.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Something that has absolutely no way to just be like, oh, I didn't do that. A scapegoat. Just something intangible. It doesn't make sense. Why would they do it? How many things has Trump gone after? That he's just been constantly flipping the blame.
Everything, because he's a bad neighbor.
Mexicans.
Bad neighbors complain about everything.
First it was Mexicans, then it was, what else was it? First it was Mexicans, then it was ISIS.
He's going after everything.
Then it was the wall. Then there's guns. Then there's video games. You know, one thing I don't see him ever actually talking about on the news is what he's done for criminal reform.
Yeah.
He doesn't. No. There's never a press conference on it. There's never anyone being like, so you let this woman out for a nonviolent drug offense, and Trump is just like, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
There's never that interview. Never. It doesn't exist. It's always just articles of people covering and just being. It's really bleak. It's just, yes, Trump did this after subtle talking to. Is the articles focused more on Kim Kardashian's role in it than fucking Trump's?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wish he would have like came out with something about. I mean, that goes back to his lack of class. You know what I'm saying? And that he's in fact also kind of stupid because I mean, like, if it'd be smart for him to be like, yeah, I'm fucking letting people out for this shit, like strut the shit. You know what I'm saying? Put it on national TV, but he's not doing it. That's kind of dumb in my opinion because then people would like maybe.
I don't know, man.
More.
Trump's written books. Trump's written poetry. I don't think that the man's dumb. He can't be dumb and be where he is. Even if he had, you know, the legendary fucking royal flush hand being born and he got the help he needed through life and the right support system and all that, blah blah blah.
But nothing he's done has truly ever been high quality.
See,
all
I can say is in America the man has the results for it. He has the results to be of the standing that he likes to represent.
Well, he's writing the results of his father, though. That's my thing. Like, you look at Trump, you can't, as Donald Trump, like, I look at my grandfather, right? The thing that he makes that is great are fucking cabinets, right? And you don't think about that when you think of fucking kitchen cabinets, but when you see a set of cabinets that are, like, really, really fucking nice, you see that a lot of work has gone into that to make something, to be good at something, to produce something of quality. Right? But what has Donald Trump produced that is truly of his own quality doing? His own crafting? right? Because we have The Apprentice. The Apprentice, it to a lot of people is a really shitty show. I mean,
a lot of his clothing lines fail.
Pretty dumb.
Golf courses fail.
But he has never created anything that is quality. He lacks quality as an individual, and a lot of people don't see that. Like, we got conservatives that are craftsmen, dude, that are the best at what they do. They're able to create art and do all this stuff, but they're not thinking about how the president has nothing that he can do like that. Nothing. I mean, he's riding off of his family's name, not his own. He didn't make his own. He didn't make his own of anything. And a lot of the things he tried to make of his own have failed.
Yeah.
So it's like, what thing has he produced that's quality? I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm just not, I don't have the education about it. But it's like, people need to think about that a little more. So.
All in all, from shootings to the scapegoating to the problems behind the wars that we throw ourselves into, it seems like the moral of this podcast and what I'm going to say towards the end of every episode is just work on being a better individual. If we're all better individuals, then we can help other people be better individuals, and then we're a better unit. We're better groups. We're more functional.
Yeah.
Other countries don't have the problems that America does.
Yeah. And you know,
they just don't. They don't have the single fucking mother crisis. Dads leaving their kids. They don't have it.
Yeah.
Not only because that's not only supported by poor accountability amongst, like, you know, dudes. That's also supported by, like, economics fucking standards. Because a lot of people probably just be like, I ain't got the money and time for this shit. I'm out.
Yeah. It's
deuces.
Yeah. And
they're gone.
Yeah.
And that's terrible as a kid like me who doesn't have a dad.
Same. Same.
Fucked up out here, bro.
Yeah, never met my fucking dad. Feels
good,
bro.
All I can say is though, is that other countries don't have this issue. Obviously, they're gonna have the issue because humans are we all vary. But it's not their environment doesn't push on that. It's just, you know, just a factor. It's just something that happens. But in their cultures and their economy and everything they do, they don't want to do it. It's not pushed as much.
Yeah.
The New Zealand mosh shooting happened. You know what happened?
Jeez, that was so fucked up, man.
They banned that bitch.
Yeah.
They instantly. I think it was like, what did they ban? It was specifically what he. It was like, what did he use and what did he use to assemble it?
No, I don't know. I think it might have been like a bump stock or something like that. Yeah. But I actually clicked on the fucking live stream of that.
Yeah, I saw it that morning.
I thought it was a movie. Like at
he
first,
was just driving in his car at first,
and then like I watched to the point to where he double tapped the baby, and like then I realized that it was. I thought it was fake. I was like,
see,
but I was watching it because it didn't really have a conspicuous title or anything. Like I was like, what the fuck is this? But then I was like, holy shit, this is happening right now. I was looking at the comments and shit. It was fucked up.
Like, then he said he did the shout out to PewDiePie.
Oh, no.
But the thing about that guy and the thing about all these shooters is just the methodicalness of what they do. Like, what those human beings that have determined themselves to go in somewhere and just shoot somebody. Like, we look at the shooting that happened in our own community.
Walmart, man.
At Walmart in South Haven, Mississippi. Alright, yes. 2 people were killed. I believe it was the manager and another employee.
Yeah.
But, upon further digging, the employee that did it, the man was an employee. He was fired. It was because he had either brandished a knife or shown a knife, one of the two, to the other employee. And that employee reportedly or allegedly, told on him. Said he had a knife.
Yeah, like he fucking said some fucked up shit with a knife.
And he got fired. So he comes to work the next day. And from what I hear and from what I read in the articles, he set the fire. And then he went into the store. And I can't find any details on exactly how the shooting went down. But the manager of the store, who was, I think he had been there for 15 years. And both the other person died. And I believe the shooter was, I think it was shot and he was in critical condition. I'm not sure if he survived.
I think he's still alive though.
Okay, but in that situation, yes, that was a shooting, but that was someone with a grudge.
Yeah.
This is no way justifying shooting, but in the world we live in, for some people, getting that job at Walmart is the best fucking job they ever gonna have.
Yeah.
And I don't know the allegations he made. If he made the allegations of threatening someone with a knife, then yeah, bro, you should have lost your fucking job. You don't just threaten someone with a knife.
But he was just crazy, dude. He was just a crazy ass fucking weird coworker. Dude.
But he didn't show up and shoot up the entire building. He could have. There were other people there. He could have just came in and started spraying.
Yeah.
He didn't. That was someone with a grudge. That was still a very fucked up individual, no doubt. But what's the difference between that and every other mass shooter? Their intent was not a specific target. Their intent was to inflict harm.
Yeah.
They are terrorists.
Yeah.
And they come in with this methodicalness, gear, ready for, equipped for, trained for it. The guy that did the mosque shooting, because I watched.
He trained for that.
I watched it as well. He came into the building. He took the hallway.
Yeah.
And everyone that came down that hallway, he sprayed them. And then he came to the front of the hallway, shot around the corners to get them to move, shot them when they ran past the hallway. A guy rushed him, and I watched this man with tactical precision.
Yeah, fuck him up.
Stop from mid-firing. Stop. Go to a different position, grab him, throw him to the ground, and shoot him.
Yeah.
That wasn't a civilian move.
No, it wasn't.
You don't go from just shacking off rounds and see someone out of the corner of your eye, because you could barely see him on the camera.
Like, this wasn't a Columbine kid.
This was someone that wanted to do this, that trained to do this.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's the difference between the guy at the South Haven Walmart that wanted revenge on his manager and coworker because he was just pissed the fuck off, and these white nationalists and all the other people that commit these mass shootings. Now, I will say that when we talk about mass shootings, like there are high numbers of them, but a lot of them are gang violence.
Yeah, they are. And
those don't get featured on the news, and that's why there's been over 200 shootings this year, and we only hear about
a lot of it's fucking gang violence.
Yeah, a lot of it's gang violence. A lot of it's gang violence or people involved. I think if it's more than 3 people shot, it's considered a mass shooting.
Yeah.
So
3 or 4 or something like that.
3 or 4, around that number. It's considered a mass shooting, so it contributes to those numbers. But these people that just go into buildings and shoot up people, El Paso, the guy that just casually shot up the fucking nightclub. Mm-hmm. This isn't some guy that's just mad. This is someone with an agenda that wanted this, that trained for this, that practiced this, fucking that was influenced. They were literally that somewhere along the line, something made that individual make his mind up to commit that atrocity, that crime against humanity.
Yeah.
And that lies somewhere in all this fucking turmoil that we have in this country. Somewhere in all of this, that is being produced. Those individuals are being produced.
That's why we need to remember about mental illness, because those people are very clearly mentally ill to be able to fantasize about that to the point that you actually do it.
It's not even just because I believe all issues point towards it. Because it's not just we do have crazy access to guns in this country compared to every other country in the world. There's more guns than people. We live in a constitution to carry state.
Yep.
I can get mad. You said this before. You can get mad, leave your house, buy a gun, and within an hour find that person and shoot them in the face.
You could literally just have a grudge against someone, go to a local Walmart, purchase a gun in 20 minutes, load it, and shoot somebody and kill somebody with it. Like, that's pretty crazy to think about. Like, that's a little wild. You know what I'm saying? It's different when you're owning guns to to idealize the Second Amendment and fight against a potentially tyrannical government, but it's way different when you're just going to kill somebody for a grudge, and that happens all the time, I'm sure, but we just don't hear about it because it's so rare.
Because, as I said, I believe it's all made up of more complex issues, mental health, the fucking economy and the crisis of how people, the living standards of how people live in America. Then on top of that, you have not the environmental factors of certain areas. And even then, that's not even an excuse for the shootings. Because the people that commit the shootings aren't the people from those fucked up urban areas.
Yeah, they're
not the kid that's been peddling dope and actually having to shoot people to defend himself on the streets. They're not those individuals. They're someone who didn't have a body count at all.
I mean, look at Las Vegas.
And then racked up 20 in an hour.
Yeah, look at Vegas. I mean, the guy from Vegas, he was set. He was well off. And what the fuck made him do that, man? Like, what make these people do this? That's something we need to answer, right?
Then I see the military background thing, and I've seen it because I've been around a lot of veterans because my brother was killed in the military, and we've traveled around the country to a lot of different military bases, met a lot of different people, and I see it especially in, I guess I could say, the older ones, and it's almost like it's that state, it's that I'm not gonna call it PTSD, it's that hypervigilance. Yeah. You know, they've been in a hard, fast-paced, just explosive environment, and they're always wired to look. They survey the room they walk in, and then they come back to this country, and they see all the people that they quote unquote fought for, watch their brothers and sisters die for, and everyone's so lax, everyone's so unaware, everyone's so free, safe, coddled, in a way that's not a justification, but in a way, some of them are probably thinking that they're probably angry. They're probably like, I gave so much, and this is it. This is what you people do. Yeah. This is what you choose to do.
Yeah. But like, I can't
it all contributes to it, in my opinion, man. But all of it.
What I don't understand, but I mean, like with the white national shootings, like that's I can't even put myself on the same level of fucked up that it takes. I can't even imagine what would make that person think that. Because I'm not fucked up like that. Yeah. Like, these people are fucked in the head.
It's not a... Dude, because I'm not gonna lie. Even in games where... I guess... Because you could say, I play a game called Shadow of War, and basically in that game, I'm just literally just destroying orcs. Yeah. Eviscerating them. And they talk. They're just as... They all have unique personalities, and it's... Because it uses the Nemesis system, so everything's like... perfectly involved with the player. They update as you update. They interact with you. They change as you change. Like, no playthrough is going to be the same. Yeah. But if I was doing that to humans, I'd probably be looking at the game like, damn, dude.
That's pretty fucked up.
Like, why am I doing this to them? Like, we can't find... Like, I've killed a lot of them. Yeah. Thousands. But in that game, you know, they're orcs, man. They're not human. They're evil.
They're evil. Yeah.
So... I guess that's the only thing I could think of in that mindset, because I play Grand Theft Auto, and don't get me wrong, like, everybody, you know, saves in Grand Theft Auto and then
kills everybody,
just starts running. I don't deliberately just be like, yeah, I gotta get this person that's running. I'm usually just like, yeah, I'm gonna take this shortcut through this street, and if anyone gets in the way, that's their problem.
Yeah, right.
That's usually that's usually how I go about it. I don't just like go role play me walking into a mall and just being like, you all gonna pay and just shoot up a fucking... No one goes on Grand Theft Auto and shoots up places for role play.
Like, you gotta be a weird ass teenager to do that.
Dude, what the fuck? You know what people are role playing on Grand Theft Auto? Mansions. Hookers. Money. Fast cars. Men stuff.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro. That's what video games are doing out here. And that's no different from what television does.
Man, you just gotta be a crazy motherfucker to shoot up something, though. To shoot up a school or shoot up like, that's like, what makes them do that? It just drives me crazy thinking about it. But I'm not crazy enough to think like that, you know. But you know, mental health definitely needs to be fucking improved, because that's what's gonna stop this eventually. Like, I wonder, like, I don't know. I wonder if, like, guns didn't exist, like, humans just never developed the idea of guns, what would be happening right now? The machete would be a motherfucker.
I thought about that, and I think, like, if we didn't have guns, I like to, you know, at first I was thinking, yo, we have this technology, and, you know, there'd still be swords, like, people would just be dueling out here. Yeah. Large scale warfare.
No, life would be tactics. Life would be fucked up.
We still have technology, though, so you just check your live feed, and it's just like 100 people from different gangs just warring. And they're just like, yeah, the police... We don't have a sizable enough police force to get in this, so. But, see, then I thought about it. I kind of think that the fact that we have guns kind of led to the progression of technology. Yeah. Because, you know, with guns, it changed warfare. It was kind of just more standstills, more drawn-out war, trench warfare. Yeah. It wasn't worth it for people to continue to just throw people at each other. Yeah. Well, they couldn't sustain it. So... I kind of feel like that led to, like, you know, the consumer technology boom world we live in right now.
Well, I mean, like, you know, the gun changed war in general. It changed human life in general. Yep. Because, you know, back in ancient times, we had fucking bow and arrow. That was the closest that we had to guns, and then cannons, right? Yeah. But, you know, a gun is just throwing a rock really fast, right? So if you look at the David and Goliath,
Faster than
David's
sound.
fucking war weapon was a sling. He was going to war with a fucking sling, throwing rocks at somebody.
That was war weapons.
That was war back
You
then.
you took people out with slingshots.
Yeah,
you just pow like heavy stone lead like ball. They got their brain concussed.
Yeah.
Even if you hit a helmet, it just rings their entire skull.
Yeah, and then they're fucking dead, right? But like guns are just an extension of that, an advanced extension of a slingshot, right? We're throwing a rock really, really fucking fast to the point to where everyone does it, you know. But it's just warfare's changed, and the gun changed human life, and it's like it's hard to think of the world without guns. But I mean, like, you know, that world doesn't exist. Maybe in a parallel universe somewhere on a different hard drive.
Yeah. I don't know, man. But at the end of it, with all these complex issues, that my advice for the people at the end of the day is focus on your local environment, focus on what's around you, make it better, and then you can even go further to tackle the problems that be.
Yeah.
Spread awareness as we continue to do by hooking you up with this dope ass podcast.
Just be a good neighbor, man.
Yeah,
Just be a good neighbor.
Be a good person.
Yeah, golden rule: do unto others as you do unto yourself. I feel like a lot of people like to. They say that they're from the religion that developed the golden rule, Christianity. They say that the Christian religion is like where it comes from, but they don't practice that enough, right?
And
like
that just needs to
should.
be, I guess what's the word? It needs to be food.